Hello everyone, welcome to my velocity tutorial. This is velocity how Cam does it. I'm sorry for my voice. I feel like I'm getting sick, but today we're here for the velocity. So I just grabbed the first audio I could find that had like a lot of beats, so it was useful. And it's an audio from Scout, I think. So I don't get any problems. It's an audio from Scout. Yes. Okay. So you have your beat. And the first thing you just want to do, like this is really logical, but the first thing you want to do if you want to do velocity is you have to make your markers for like when the velocity will change, like that's how you'd have the smoothest thing if it's like on point. And the thing is that you don't want to do it exactly on the beat, because if you do it exactly on the beat, it looks like in post it just looks like your velocity is off, like it's just a little too late every time, so it won't really sync. So you just want to get like a few frames before the beat drops. So okay, you've put your markers. You see it's like it's not that, you just have the markers a little bit in front of the beats. That's like the first thing. So I got some scenes. It looks most smooth when you have a good when there's a lot of movement, but not enough to quite see when Twixtor fucks up and it looks kind of glitchy. So you just want to have this is enough movement, and this like walking is amazing always, but you don't want to like go overboard and do a lot of velo in like a clip with a lot of things happening, because most of the times that doesn't look as smooth. So we get this clip. We're gonna start out with this clip. We just copy and paste it, and you want to make sure it's exactly in like at the beginning of your composition, because we're gonna pre-comp it in a little bit, and I just position it to how I want it to be. I don't like how this composition is not big enough, so we're just gonna do that. So then the first thing I'm gonna do is on this clip I'm gonna put Twixtor. It doesn't really matter if you use Twixtor or Twixtor Pro, like I don't see the difference. So we're just gonna do Pro because we're extra. And then what you wanna do, this is really important. Everyone who has like velo edits or like that uses Twixtor and they have these freezing moments in the clip, like you have, your Twixtor set to like 20 and your Twixtor like freezes every 5 frames or something. That's because your input frame rate on Twixtor is higher than the frame rate of the clip. So most movies and TV shows have 23.976 out of the top of my head. So you want to stay like exactly on that frame rate, or you want to go below that. So I'm just gonna put in 23 frames for frame rate, so I'm sure that whatever I'm picking, it always won't freeze, because that's like ugly. Also, this could happen. That's hilarious, but it doesn't really matter. You just move a frame up. It's like not a big deal. So then you pre-comp this and you move the attributes to a new composition, and you don't have this checked this, and the composition will be as long as your main. So we're gonna move this up, and the next thing you do is, you can do this, you can like cut the weird frame, but I don't really care. And what we're gonna do then is, I'm not gonna use my presets because this is a tutorial, so I'm gonna show you how it's done. So we're just gonna use Twixtor. It doesn't really matter. The frame rate doesn't matter as well, because you already changed that in here. I don't know. This is just my weird way of doing it. And if you do have the frame rate, by the way, set to 23 in here, and it still freezes, that happens sometimes because After Effects just hates editors in general. So what you do then is you just make it even lower. So sometimes it works if you put it to 20, sometimes it works when you put it even lower, like 18 or something, but I wouldn't go below that, because then, like you don't have enough frames to make it as smooth. Just follow me. Okay, so all we're gonna do is just animate the speed. I think most of y'all are familiar with Twixtor, so this isn't really new to any of you. And the key to smooth velo is that you always keep the picture moving, just like how if you want to have a really smooth edit, you always have the clip moving. So when your transitions, you just make the transitions as big as the clip, so it never like stands still. So you don't want to go from like, I don't know, a fast speed to 10 and just leave it at 10, and then, you know, you just want to have a flow in there. So we can put it to like 270. We're not going to go extreme. If you want to have smooth velo, it must look natural. So you don't want to go above 400, except on some clips, because some clips are like really slow. But most of the times, just get it around 300, 200 maybe, like 220, like not above that, because it will look too rushed and not really natural. So we go from 270, and then here we slow it down to like 35. We don't go to like the 10, except like it depends on the clip. So, you know, but like usually I go to 35, sometimes 25. It really depends. And then you just leave it at this, and then you see the next thing comes. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add a velo bump right here, so it increases in speed and then decreases again. And what we want to do here, sorry, I was analyzing the clip for a bit. I want to have it a little bit slower, because for the clip, if you see the movement in his eyes, he just goes down and then he looks to the side. And I want to have those two moments captured. So he looks down, looks to the side, and the speed increase will make him look to the side, but it will all look natural. So he first goes down, you know, and it doesn't, like, he isn't down right here. It has to like go naturally, and then it's like 35, and then it slowly increases to like, I don't know, 40 or something, that it will increase again, and we'll have it at like 200 maybe. It depends. Oh no, that, you know, see, that's too fast. So for this clip in particular, we'll go maybe 80 or something, and then we go 25, because this clip is really fast. So we go like this, like that, and then next clip. So end of clip. And at the end of the clip, you want to make sure to increase the speed again, so it goes naturally. So, you know, like it increases in speed again, so it decreases here again, and it looks natural. And because that is an ugly first clip, so we just go like this, and we're gonna check what I did. You see, like, it's really smooth and it looks really natural. So this is the first clip. I'm gonna do one more, but I'm not gonna really explain all my steps, but like just show you how it's done. Okay, I actually forgot to film the ending. Anyways, so I did another clip. I did 3 beats this time, and I'm gonna explain what I did, just like so you can see. So I'm just gonna explain the steps I did. You see the keyframes here. First thing you do, you go and put it at the, you know, front of the main composition. You put on the Twixtor. You do it at 23 because we don't want freezing. You pre-comp it, then you get it in here. You move it to where you want it. And you start with a Twixtor. It doesn't really matter what frame rate this is at. You go from like, you know, a reasonable amount between 100 and 300, like preferably. You know, you do it down to like between 25 and 45. Really depends on the clip. Then you go and auxiliary again, make it really smooth, really natural. You let it go, and I don't really have a big speed acceleration here, because if I make an edit of this, I would just like, you know, make a transition here, and I'd like zoom it a little bit in at this point. So like maybe do like a little zoom, so you can put some, you know, extra appreciation in how he looks in the scene or something. But I'm not gonna do like a big velo thing again, so it's just gonna be a little, very subtle, so it looks really nice. And this is how it should look if you follow my tutorial. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry for the long ass tutorial. I hope you guys have a great day, and yeah, I hope to see you guys in the future, I guess. I love you guys. Bye.